Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to the weekly review special for week 10 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. This week I brought in 4,699 points, a good rise, about 650 points up from a week ago, but most importantly of all, it has finally topped our best round score. The previous best round was 4,648 points. It was scored on week 8, but not 2 weeks ago, week 8. In year 3, as in last year of the Gaming Decathlon. So it's been a year plus 2 weeks before I have finally topped that score. That's by far the longest it's been that a score has held that position. At 4,699, I think there's probably a good chance that that score is actually going to drop next week, but we'll talk about that as we go through the games. Current virtual best up to 5,161. I was just talking about that one and hoping to hit 5,000. We've done that, at least on the virtual best side, up from 4,557 a week ago. All-time virtual best, unchanged, barely. Breaking down the games individually, PCM 20 in the career mode, continuing to make strong progress. Still early in the season, we're in the middle of the Giro d'Italia, and I lead the Giro d'Italia right now. And of the 3 Grand Tours, that was the one that I figured was going to be the hardest. And then based on the profile of riders that are there, it is the hardest. There are more than a dozen top riders with 80 plus mountain ratings or 79 plus mountain ratings. It's ridiculous how many top GC contenders are virtually all at this Giro d'Italia. And I lead. And I lead by a relatively healthy margin halfway through the tour. But our race day condition, our fitness peak bonus is nearly gone, and we don't have an objective. We made the tour the objective, so it's going to be harder to hang on to it than it's been to get it. PCM 20 champions, that's the huge score this week. We wrapped up the season in fashion. We went from 340 points a week ago, a little past mid-season, and through development of the riders, we've gotten really good really fast, and we started winning a lot of races. We ended up finishing the season at 735 points. And then in the women's tour, we also finished the season and finished in style there as well, accumulating quite a few wins at a lower level, albeit, but still wins. We ended with about 15 of them. So we got a grand total of 301 points there. The huge jump in those 2 games is the primary reason why we now have 4,699 for the week, but it's also because both of those finished their seasons, also the reason that we're most likely going to see a decrease next week because we're giving up 1,000 points. We'll get back some of that, but I don't see how we're going to recover 1,000. We got 650 this week, and it was a very good week. If we get 650 a week from now, it'll be a very good week, but it also mean that we'll have dropped about 350 overall. Zwift up 20 points to 204. I had a hard week on Zwift this week. I had 4 straight days of ride, soccer, ride, and I was really tired. Then I had 1 day off, and it was supposed to be a rest day, but I didn't get a chance to rest on that day. And so then the next day, I took an FTP test, first time, and oh, ouch. I was dying. I was absolutely dying, and it was terrible numbers at the end of it. My ride at the end of the week was a bit better, a bit smoother, and I'm a bit recovered, but still pretty tired, and I've got a lot going on. And then I'm getting my vaccine this weekend, so we'll see how I'm doing entering next week, if how I'll be feeling after that. In FM21, worst to first, big bounce back, now 305 points from the 343, and we've actually hit the point where we're just flying through, but I can't quite keep up with the pace, but we're nearly at the top score halfway through the season, so we're easily going to eclipse that as we continue the climb. In Zero to Hero, that's the problematic one, where we had backstep instead of stepping forward as we continue to lose players. We lost 8 players this season to big bids that the board could not resist. I couldn't replace 8 players. Amazingly, though, my intake was really good. Not the top end, but the depth was the best we've ever had. Better than the first season even. And so we actually kind of made up for the 8 players that we lost. amazingly. But the quality is just not quite there right now. We did make it into the promotion playoffs. Season is done, but the promotion playoffs will continue into next episode next week. Gladiator Manager, we wrapped up a season, 550 points. We also went halfway through the next season, and we're almost to that 515 mark. So next week we will definitely eclipse that, but we also are down to just a single episode left in that series. I would expect we might hit about 550. Seems about right. And that also makes sense because we have 100 points more than a year ago based on the division we're in. And that division climb was 100 points. We'll score a couple points less than we did last season, but not much less because I'm quick simming all the fights. And that's resulting in a few more losses, but only a few. We're still pretty good, pretty solid. And I think we're going to win Division 3 comfortably in this final season, in that final episode. That's my prediction, but it's not guaranteed. All-time virtual best side, PCM 20 champions with that huge season finish and getting that 735 points, jumps massively up the table to 11th and is just 11 points away from the top 10. In the career mode, it was 12th, now slips a spot to 13th, still on the same score. And then finally, Gladiator Manager moves up a couple spots to 21st with that 515. That's going to do it for this review special, though. I'm Decathlon Gaming. Thanks for tuning in. Have a wonderful week, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Be safe out there, and bye for now.